Sporting a 2-0 record, the Seattle Seahawks now turn their attention to the Miami Dolphins, hoping to go to 3-0. Off the field, the Seahawks signed wide receiver Miles Boykin and running back Brittain Brown. To make room for that, they released safety Marquise Blair and also tackle Quinton Bohan. So let's get to the B-roll and the video.
Beat it up, feel like it's some new. Well, I might get some new. Then I beat it up, I don't give a switch it up, then live it up. Yeah, it's going down, shit get up. My valet park the British truck. Best believe we put them.
Better than Zoom? Gave me flashbacks. Go ahead. Bills have played them really well, so give credit to their players, their coaching staff, their plans. When it comes down to like game planning and stuff, it's tough to like copy teams because, well, I mean, right now you don't. What information are you going to go off of? You're going to go off of preseason. You're going to go off of the last game scholars started for those guys, probably the end of the last game. So again, you're early in the year. It's tough to make assumptions on what's going to change. So trying to just go off of trying to stick to our usual procedure as much as we can, and then what we think about Tyler or Skylar, go from there.
You've coached against them a couple times in the last 2 years. What jumps out about the
Let's
weapons?
back it up. Very well coached. Talk about we talk about like elegant simplicity, and it's consistent for the quarterback. The angles in the run game, the speed on the field, how they're able to include everybody, all their playmakers and stuff. They play incredibly fast. They do a great job. So I'm broken record, but like every week it's kind of we have to have a sound game plan that is complementary. We got to really execute it because some of the things, the looks, are not consistent from week to week. So you kind of have to apply rules once the game kind of hits and be able to adjust on the fly. So got a challenge ahead of us. They get enough credit for like inside interior type runs, the cut defenses and yards after contact, things like that. And then if you're not on your P's and Q's in the play action game and the catch and run game, if you're not taking great angles, they'll make you pay because they're just it's a lot of type of catch and run types ideas and then run past you, and so your leverage and your angles and your pursuit need to be on point. Otherwise, they'll run past you, and we don't want that.
You look at your own run game
The week that you would on a normal offense, so they're going to dress it up. They're going to, and it's all through the lens of how do you create the angles, how do you set up the blocks. Which they do as good a job as anybody in the league. And so you have to play with anticipation. Your calls can't be, crazy complicated. So we have to do as coaches, we have to help our guys out so they can go play fast.
It's every day, pretty much. Mike runs the same defense. Well, they run the same defense as Mike. Not, give him his credit. But no, it just pretty much comes down to execute. Have a couple of nuances, just like the Tennessee Titans had a couple of nuances. Still same defensive scheme with its, little alignment issues here and there. Don't expect many words from them. Both got here at the same time, so we've been together for 6 years, and just seeing him go from a backup to a starter, I think is just crazy because you go from Russell Wilson to Geno Smith, and there's really no drop off in play. They both execute at a high level. Both can have the ability to extend plays and lead a huddle. And lead their team to victory, as both of them have shown.
Okay, fine. Improvements get better in the run game, pass game, and just trying to bring guys along with me. Just being a pro, being ready, knowing your job, and being able to execute. Just trusting my training from there. And putting it to now just coming in each week, being prepared, being ready to play, and just trying to do that consistently.
All right, so you saw the video, and also you saw the injury report. And before you get all freaked out and get all worried about it, I do want to say that today is Wednesday in terms of, the injury report. And the one you want to watch at is going to be Thursday tomorrow. And there's 4 players to keep an eye on. And I'll make sure that we get those to you. And the 4 I would watch is Ken Walker, number 1. He's RB1, didn't play. And you saw how that affected Seattle's running game. Jerome Baker, Boye Mafe are the 2 other ones as well, because they both didn't finish the game last week because of injuries, and coach said they'd be okay, but we'll have to wait and see. And actually Mike McDonald really just said we'll see. Leonard Williams is one to me that's a little bit troublesome because of just what he brings to there, and we don't know where that came from. So we're just going to have to watch that. They need Williams. There's just no other way I can tell you. So today, in terms of the team, the press conferences, and then kind of locker room, the major discussion was about the Dolphins quarterback. Now we know Tua Tagovailoa is out, and so in that, Skylar Thompson enters Skylar Thompson. Thomas replaces Tagovailoa last week, but he only played 7 games. And that was in 2022 outside of last week's game. So not much is known about Thompson. Mike McDonald was asked about him, and he said, there's not much tape, but it's about, you're playing the Dolphins. They're going to change too much of the offensive scheme, but there's somebody else back there that you have to account for. So he really said, it is about how they play, their run fits and everything else. And also Dolphins running back Devon Achane rushed for 96 yards and 22 carries, and he had 7 pass receptions for 69 yards and a touchdown. So again, this goes back to, I think, really this week the focus is about the run fits, setting the edge, because I talked with Jonathan Hankins in the locker room, and he said the same thing. And Mike McDonald, I'm going to write this up on CascadiaSports.net, gave a long answer when I asked him just about, the pass rush and how the 3 and then the 4, which is the 7, the 3 in front. Leonard Williams, as I was talking about, Byron Murphy, and also Jaron Reed, like how those 3 play. It's really intricate because somebody sets the edge. They have to know who's the one that's going to lane back and fill the rush, who's not going to. It's really an intricate type of situation because how those 3 play, it affects how the other 4 play. So that's where you get those 7 in terms of how they're going to play. And with that, they've got the work cut out for you, the Seahawks do. And last game you saw that. They have to continue to work on their run defense. And then, And so one of the other things that Mike talked about today when I asked him the question, McDonald, he said, really we want selfless players because it's not about the 1, but it's about the 11. The 11 make 12, make 1. And Mike emphasized that it's really about each player and be selfish in their play. So big week here for the Seahawks in terms of, honing up when they get to the point of attack, getting to the quarterback, communicating in terms of setting the edge, and also how the linebackers will play. So big week again. So from the VMAC, I'm Asvita Mario for the CascadiaSports.net. Please give a subscribe, give a listen, give a like. It's much appreciated.